Hello everyone, welcome back to your 18th Python tutorial. In this tutorial I will be talking about lists and how they're used in Python. So let's get started. So what a list is pretty much an array of data that stores values like numbers or integers and floats, or strings, and also booleans, and also other data types that you'll learn later. And the list itself is also a data type. So to make a list, you give it a name. I'm going to name mine my list, and I'm going to set it equal to the values in my list. You use square brackets to make a list, and then you enter your information. So I'm going to make a list of the following numbers. In other programming languages this is called an array, but in Python it's called list, and they work very similarly. Lists are ordered by their index, and their index starts at 0, sorry. So this is 1 is 0, 3 is 1, and 5 is 2. So I keep reading the 1. 0, 1, 2. So that's how the index works. So it's 0 based. And I can change the values in my list by doing this. My list, and then you put in your square brackets, and then you put the index of that. So let's say we want to change 3, so the index of 3 is 1, and then we set that equal to, say, a number like 9, and then we can go ahead and print my list, and we can see what happens. We see that the first index, or the second index, because it's 0 based, is 9 because we replaced it, and that's how you replace things in lists. So you manipulate the data in lists. You can also do some pretty cool things, like we can change list indexes by using other indexes. So I can do my list of 1 is equal to my list 0 plus my list 2. So this adds 1 and 5, so we get 6. And there we go. So that's how you can manipulate data. Moving on to some list functions that you can use. One of them is, of course, the index function, which gives you the value of something in its index. My list dot index, and then this gives us the index of the value. So if I have 1, then it will give me the value of that, which is 0. The index of the number 1 is 0. And let me go ahead and make these strings instead, so this can be a little bit easier to understand. Let's do lion, because changing the numbers and everything can be a little bit confusing. Lion, tiger, and then let's do bear. And if I do, we want to know what index the tiger is in, then we can run that, and it shows us that the tiger is index 1. And another list function that we can use is the append, which adds an item to the list. So we can append to the end of the list, that is. Let's append sloth. So it will be lion, tiger, bear, sloth. Oh, didn't print that. and run that, and it gives us a list, and we see the sloth is added to the end of that. Well, what if we want to put our list in alphabetical order, but we don't want to worry about that in the beginning? Well, you can have your list out of alphabetical order, and what you can do is my list, and you can also do this in the shell if you want to have your list alphabetical, but you can use my list dot sorts and then empty parameters, and then it will sort the list to a nice neat list, and then when we run that, it gives us the list in alphabetical order. And if we want to, we can put this in a comment so we can see what this list actually looks like in alphabetical order. So put that in a comment and we can see what the list looks like. So yeah, that's how you sort, that's how you use index, that's how you use append. Moving on to how you can use loops with lists. So let's take all this code out, and we're just left with the list lion, tiger, bear. So I'm going to make a for loop, and I'm going to say for animal in my list print animal. So for every index in list, it will print that index. Oh, sorry, Python 2 got the best of me. And that was just a typo. Okay, there's the other prints. Okay, now it'll work. And it spits it out like that on different lines instead of like a list. So that's how you can have it on different lines if you prefer to use it that way. So that's the tutorial on lists. This is the basic part on lists. Later on in advanced tutorials, I'm going to talk about some more advanced things that you can do with them. But lists are a very important data type, and they have a lot of uses, like I showed in the previous videos. Like for random, the random module, you can use the choice function, which requires a list, and also range. You can convert it into a list so you can see it. So that is lists, and I'll see you next time when I talk about dictionaries. So see you guys next time. Bye. That was repetitive.